Hi, and welcome back to the Positive Prepper. Some of you got my short video that I put out earlier, that there was going to be an important video put out tonight. I'm sure that all of you have heard about the riots going on in Los Angeles. Every news station's covering it, although they're covering it differently, which is to be expected, right? But this has grown so far beyond the peaceful protests that have been going on and all the mudslinging. There doesn't seem to be any adult in the room at all. And I'm including Trump in that. I'm sorry. But quit the mudslinging. Just take care of business and be done with it. But, so now on June 14th, which is upcoming Saturday, it is a National Day of Defiance. No King's Day. There's going to be protests nationwide. I saw a post today on Facebook. There's, 70 towns, cities in Wisconsin alone that are going to have these kind of protests. And then they are going to flood social media with pictures of Obama. Now, why him? I have no idea. I don't know what makes him the poster child of the Democratic side, but whatever. It's not going to go well, I don't think. There, if you look at the rioting that's going on in Los Angeles, and now I think it's going on in San Francisco as well, there's, they're raising Mexican flags and they're raising Palestinian flags. Why are people protesting ICE doing their job, getting rid of these criminals? Do you realize that this is all over 11 illegal aliens who were also criminals? They committed crimes, and ICE went in and got them to, either deport or, whatever it is they're doing. That's what this is all about. And once again, the left has decided that this is a good enough reason to throw another hissy fit and temper tantrum. But this one has me nervous, and I'm going to tell you why. It's turned more into just a reason to protest, right? To riot, to loot. What does breaking into stores have to do with the message you're trying to send? Nothing. But this is all about illegal immigrants, and it's all about them trying to portray Trump as some massive dictator who's, he's going to proclaim martial law because he's sending in the Marines. Well, you know what? Los Angeles, last time I checked, was a damn big city. And if the local police, if the state police, the state, whatever they have, can't handle it, and if the National Guard gets overwhelmed, it's good to have another layer in standby. Okay? Trump does not want to happen what happened in Minneapolis when the governor just sat back and the mayor just sat back and let it happen. And let these businesses burn to the ground, and let these officers, these law enforcement officers, very much in harm's way with not much for defense for them. Okay? Trump is saying we're not going to let that happen again. So if you can't handle it, I wish that he would stop the mudslinging, because it's not very presidential in my opinion. But, they're still raising the Palestinian flag. So this is not, in my opinion, this is not just going to be about whatever message they're trying to send, which I'm really not sure what they're trying to portray here. But because these pro-Palestinian peaceful protests have been going on at these universities, this is also going to turn into an anti-Jewish, anti-Israel day. Okay? This is going to turn into an anti-Christian conservative day. They are going to go after and protest against people who love God, love the country, really have no hate, but they think we hate, because we don't want our children going to drag shows and, silly stuff like that. So this has me nervous. Other things in the past have, but I don't believe for one second that that's all that this is about, that it's not just about the ICE coming in and lawfully removing criminals. I think this is going to be a collection of those kind of people who have just, all they have is hate and blindness. They can't see the truth. They can't see the reality. Okay? It's kind of like Greta Thunberg, when she was on that boat and, oh, I'm going to be taken hostage by Israeli forces. And then in the picture, she's smiling as they're handing her bread and her sandwiches and water and making sure that they had sustenance, right? What a kidnapping that was. So two things come to mind. First of all, like I said, I don't think that this is going to be quiet, especially in the larger cities. I think it's going to be noisy, and I think it's going to be messy. I pray with every fiber in my being that nobody gets hurt and nobody gets killed. The second thing that I think about is, what do we do about it? Do we ignore the child having the temper tantrum and just wait until their energy has run out, and then pick them up and carry them out of the grocery store? Or do we, over half the country, fight back and do anti-protests, right? I'm not sure what to do about that. In my heart of hearts, I'd love to stand out there and try to figure out why they feel so strongly about what they feel strongly about. But the other part of me knows that you cannot have a discussion with insanity. You'll never get a sane answer. So I don't know. Put in the comment section below what you think we ought to do. What do you think should happen? Should we just stand back? Or should we finally stand up? I don't know. The last thing I want to put in this video is how to prepare for this. You got to stay away from the big cities. In Wisconsin, stay away from Madison and Milwaukee. For sure. This, like I said, this flyer thing that I saw on Facebook today, they had like 70 town cities across all of Wisconsin, including areas that are not far from me, that were going to have these protests. And I'm sure the newspapers are going to be covering them all. I'm not sure that any of the media is going to show any counter protests. And that's really sad, because then it's only showing one side. These people are for everybody, including themselves, except for all the other American citizens. Even the immigrants who came in here legally are upset with these protests. These people don't belong here. And they've taken so much, including lives and innocence, from American citizens, and yet they continue to harbor them and protect them. So you need to protect yourself on Saturday, and not just Saturday, but until this thing is over completely, like as of Friday when all of this started, this past Friday. Arm yourself. Boom Boom sticks and freedom seeds. Hopefully you have a CNC, although in Wisconsin you can legally open carry. And not to start anything, but just as a self-defense, because you never know. Okay. The second thing, these illegal immigrants that are being protected by the left come from all over the world. These aren't just Hispanics. People need to understand that and realize that. So this very well could be the day on Saturday when attacks happen that do more damage than just these localized peaceful protests. I think the power grid is very much in danger at this point. I pray that it's not. I hope that I'm thinking beyond what I should be. But that it's a real possibility. These people aren't just from South America. They're from Iran, right? They're from Egypt. They're from China. They're from all over the world, most of whom do not like America or American citizens. So this could be the day when all of those, and I said this in a video a long time ago, that at some point these groups were going to form some solidarity and they were going to act together against America. Saturday could be that day, because look at where all the media coverage is going to be. It's all going to be on the riots. And as with all things that the media does, it's look over here so that you don't see what's happening over here. So be mindful on Saturday. Now we have, for us personally, we have a soccer game Saturday morning. We're supposed to have 2, but we're only going to make it to the 1. And then we have a local event happening. This town is not on the list of having any protests going on. So we're going to stay vigilant during those 2 things, and then we're coming home and we're not leaving the rest of the day. And we're definitely not leaving on Sunday. Not because we're hiding, but because we're being safe. Okay, if the grid does go down, there are things that we need to do before other people need to come. Okay, so prepare yourself. Do those final checks. Fill your gas cans. I would do that before Friday. So I would do that like today or tomorrow or Thursday at the latest. Fill all your gas cans. Make sure your vehicles are full of gas. Make sure you have plenty of water on hand, bottled water or whatever you're choosing to use. Make sure that your alternative heat source or cooling source and your alternative cooking method is ready to function and ready to go. Okay. Make sure that you have stocked up on everything that you need defense-wise. Okay. It's kind of going through that same checklist that we would do for any possible SHTF. Well, now's the time to put those things in action. Keep them on the ready until hopefully things have calmed down enough where we can take away that red alert or orange alert or whatever you guys go by. Okay. Stay safe. You guys need to be paying attention no matter where you are. If you live in a big city like Chicago, Atlanta, get out of there. Don't even be in the area. Go stay somewhere from like Friday morning until Monday morning. Okay, don't even be there. I wouldn't. If you don't have a way to get out of there, if you don't have a place to go, make sure that you have extra locks on your doors. Make sure that you have an exit plan. to get out of your house or your building safely. And maybe you have a safe place within the city that you can go. Might be kind of hard to get there, but always make that plan. Always make that backup plan. Okay. I have family that live close to Minneapolis, and I will be having a conversation with them in the next couple of days about what to do just in case. So kind of put that SHTF action plan in place. Make sure that everything's ready to go. Pray really hard for these people to see the light and the truth in Jesus Christ. Pray that they pick up a Bible and understand the difference, the real difference between right and wrong, and who they should be defending. And as Christians, we might not like what they're doing, but we are called to pray for intercession. And that's what we need to do. But while we're doing that, have that actionable faith. Get your things ready. Okay? Defense, food, water, heat, or cooling now, summertime. A way to cook. Make sure everything's gassed up, filled up, ready to go. And put on the armor of God. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and God bless.